for inviting me today. I've been coming to Israel for 15 years now to support the work of my good friend Ivry Verbin. When we first met, he was still working with the inspirational Shimon Peres, who kindly wrote the foreword to our book, Good Business, Your World Needs You. He wrote about the fundamental importance of business and commerce, particularly good businesses, in the pursuit of peace. Ivry, inspired by this, and he says good business, formed his own company, Good Vision, to assist organizations in the region to be more responsible, which I'm delighted he continues to run today. But us consultancies could not do this on our own. And campaigning organizations like Maala, BSR in the US, Business in the Community in the UK, have played a pivotal role in challenging the corporate sector to move forward and maintaining responsibility movement at the forefront of business over the last 20 years. And so I congratulate Maala on its efforts so far. However, today, I want to talk to you about marketing and branding. I worked many years ago for Morris and Charles Saatchi, and I learned some very simple but important principles that I still use today. The Saatchi theory was based on finding the strongest, simplest thing about a product or service that differentiates you from your competitors, and then communicating that in the most powerful, creative way possible. Charles Saatchi had a trick. He would throw a bunch of pencils at a client, and they caught none. He would then throw one pencil to them, and they would catch it. The basic idea is that focusing on one powerful message is a better way to make it stick than focusing on several, however good all the other benefits are. And this works not just for consumers, but for employees, shareholders, and stakeholders alike. Everyone gets it. It's clear. It has direction. It's something around which momentum can be built. And I think this is what we're seeing now in the world of responsible business as it moves into its fourth phase, the phase of purpose. And I do think it is best seen as that, the next phase. We've seen a steady evolution in the ways in which businesses think about themselves in relation to society over the last decades. The first and longest phase was corporate philanthropy. Then came CSR and corporate responsibility, then sustainability, and now purpose-led. Each incarnation has improved on the previous one. CR was better than social investment because it looked to manage the actual impact of the business itself. And sustainability was better yet, as it adopted a more holistic, strategic approach to thinking about the impacts of an organization in the world. The phases are all interlinked and have built off each other. But the purpose phase has something that none of the other ones do, and that's something that would be music to the ears of Mr. Saatchi. Because purpose is the single pencil that can drive employees forward, positively engage stakeholders, and sell more to consumers. It gives all the activity that has gone before it a pointy bit, the marketing edge. It gives a rallying call, a focus, a place that brings it all together. Now, there's a wonderful business that you may not have heard of called Goldie Blocks. Think 21st century Barbie. Have a look at their purpose and how they translate it into their marketing in this advertisement. Play the ad.
like a hammer.
Don't you just love that advert? I mean, how good is that? Purpose and marketing in one full swoop. It's really important to see what purpose is. It is the marketing theory of sustainability. It should take where a company has got to in its sustainability journey, which in turn is where it started thinking not just about its impacts, but also about what it is as a company and what it can achieve for the world, and turn it into something simple that everyone can touch and feel. This is incredibly important because for too long, sustainability, and that, to be honest, is all of us, has been too inward-looking, too focused on covering all the bases, and being completely comprehensive, rather than focusing on something that captures people's imaginations. But it's also really important that we recognize it as what it is. It's the marketing theory of sustainability, not sustainability itself. It is not the whole answer to everything in itself, and it won't make a business responsible on its own. But it will give a responsible business a whole new lease of life and bring everyone together around them. For purposes to work, you have to have the stages that went before them. And we see this come to the fore with the new tech global disruptor companies like Uber and Airbnb. New companies which have been born in the purpose age and have put their purpose at the front of the center of what they do. Take a look at this ad for Uber, and it seems as though it's all there. Play this ad.
We have people to see, possibilities to pursue, and moments, big and small, to live.
But because these companies haven't been through all the stages, the purpose isn't the window on a comprehensive and well-thought-through sustainability strategy. It hasn't been built around action and impact and issues. Comprehensive thinking about how to manage the business in a responsible way so that you have the roof and the house is lacking. Big issues like workers' rights that haven't been dealt with and may end up coming to bite them. Having a purpose not only won't help, but it might make it worse. But if you have been through all those stages, then grab purpose with both hands. For them, purpose is exactly what they need, because they build from the hard work and give the businesses the means to make more of it, to communicate it, to make it everyone's job to make it happen. And this, in turn, adds value to the activity, which drives it forward, gives it a momentum of its own, and makes it even more central to everything the business does. The challenge is to make it what it is and should be, the marketing of sustainability, not just marketing. The danger is the comms teams jump on the purpose bandwagon because it's new and shiny, and end up starting afresh, developing something on their own, something which ends up being little more than a positioning, which doesn't sit on top of what's gone before. Marketing must be involved, but in taking what's happening in sustainability and working to bring it to life. The two have to go together. Sustainability is the substance that purpose has to spring from, and it's what the marketing people need: authenticity. And let's be very clear. When this happens, it's the answer we've all been waiting for. The answer which gets to the very essence of why I set up Good Business and why Ivry runs Good Vision. Because when a company's purpose brings to life all the thinking and activity that has gone on about what the business does and the way in which it does it, then you begin to have the complete package. There is just one final step, and that's back to the world of Charles Saatchi. Because once you've got a single powerful idea, If you really want to capture the world's imagination, you need to manifest it creatively. Give the creative magic that makes it come to life for people, in words and pictures, but in reality too. And then not only will the business do more to change the world, it will also do more for your business, propelling it into the Premier League of companies that are forging a new future, a new wave of progressive business. Mr. Shimon Peres would be proud. And I leave you with a shining star in this world, who also happens to be one of the first companies we ever worked with at Good Business, Nike. Play the ad.
Listen up, babies. Life's not fair. You get no say in the world you're born into. You don't decide your name. You don't decide where you come from. You don't decide if you have a place to call home, or if your whole family has to leave the country. Yeah, it's messed up. You don't decide how the world judges a person like you. You don't decide how your story begins, but you do get to decide how it ends. Yes!